Big Mouth Rosie accuses Trump of raping a child and pays immediate painful price for it, by Al Weissman for Freedom Daily. Rosie O'Donnell threw out a disturbing accusation at President Donald Trump today after the president weighed in on NBC's decision to fire the veteran Today Show anchor and all-around pervert Matt Lauer. This hasn't been the first time she made unfounded accusations against President Trump, but this time she is paying a hefty price for her actions. Everyone now thinks she's a total and complete deranged idiot, while in the meantime, it's the elite in her own liberal party that keeps raping women and children in droves. Although, in all fairness, Trump did appear to overlook the serious sexual harassment allegations levied against Lauer, who was in attendance at the billionaire's wedding to Melania back in 2005. He instead called for a probe into senior NBC executives and their own sexual conduct. Wow. Matt Lauer was just fired from NBC for inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace, but when will the top executives at NBC and Comcast be fired for putting out so much fake news? Check out Andy Lack's past. O'Donnell, who is a former The View co-host, immediately posted a screenshot of Trump's tweet about Lauer with the words "child rapist" written on it. Glass houses. Notice she has an old picture of herself, right? That's not what Rosie looks like. Of course, she talks about glass houses. Page 6 reports Rosie O'Donnell reconciliation with daughter Chelsea didn't last long. Chelsea, 19, accused Rosie, 55, of nearly attacking her with a wine bottle, noting that the former View host had the bottle handy because she was drinking, as she did frequently. It was pretty late at night, Chelsea told the Daily Mail in an interview released Wednesday a couple of weeks prior. I had gotten a tattoo. Rosie had spyware on my phone so she could see pretty much everything I did. She called me into her room and asked me about the tattoo. I denied it. She asked me to take off my clothes. She didn't know where the tattoo was to show her, and I refused, Chelsea continued. She picked up a wine bottle and started chasing me, trying to take off my clothes. She told me if I didn't show her, if I tried to leave, that she would hit me with the wine bottle, call the police, and tell them that I had attacked her. She was holding it above her head and coming after me in her room, she recalled. She kept trying to run after me and saying that if she really wanted, she could kill me. She's that strong. She ended up pulling my shirt up and seeing the tattoo. She said, then I left. I didn't see her for the rest of the night. Chelsea acknowledged that O'Donnell didn't hit her, but says she came really close. I didn't go to the police because of who she is. She would have tried to say I was crazy and they just wouldn't believe me. I felt it was her word against mine, and why wouldn't they believe her over me? The incident sparked Chelsea's exit from the family home in August of 2015, after which O'Donnell reported her missing. She was found at the home of alleged heroin dealer Stephen Shearer in New Jersey, and Chelsea claims that O'Donnell knew her whereabouts all along. She knew Chelsea fumed. She was talking to me when I was down in New Jersey. She had called the person I was with too the day after. She had kicked me out. She had gotten in contact with that person a few days after. She had called me and told me she had known where I was because she had looked at my phone messages. She explained I didn't want to fight and I just didn't want to talk. I guess she didn't like that and thought that I would end up leaving on my own eventually, so she told me to leave. I was gone for a week and she knew where I was. The week after I left, she told everyone that I was missing and went to the police. Since I was 12, Rosie has been verbally abusive, and that was something I didn't like, making me feel that there was something wrong with me, Chelsea alleged. When I was 13, 14, and I was at boarding school in Utah, I had gotten into trouble and I was in a locked room. She had come to see me and they let her in. We started arguing because I didn't want her there. She got really close to me. I tried to push her away from me and she hit me. She started fighting more until she was asked to leave. A few years later, she apologized and said she regretted doing that. Months after Chelsea returned to Rosie's home, she met Nick Allegro, 31, at a Long Island Dunkin' Donuts. They began dating and quickly moved in together, tying the knot in July of 2016, much to Rosie's chagrin. After they learned that Chelsea was pregnant, Chelsea claimed that she miscarried and was subsequently hospitalized. Early in August, Chelsea had a miscarriage, which was hard for both of us, Allegro told the Mail. After Chelsea had the miscarriage, she was just having a hard time coping with everything. Rosie called the hospital and was trying to get her status, but they told her only her husband could get information. I told Rosie about the miscarriage, but she never seemed to care or even asked any questions, like it didn't matter to her. Allegro continued, instead of asking how Chelsea was when she was in the hospital, Rosie had her brother come to our apartment and take the car back. She also turned her phone off instead of coming to the hospital to check if she was okay. I don't know if it was because of me or having control over Chelsea, because I think that's what it all stems from. She needs to have control over Chelsea, and if she doesn't, it drives her crazy. The hospitalization wasn't the last of Chelsea's health problems. Rosie O'Donnell's daughter blasts her as a pot-smoking phony. In September, I had MRIs and nothing came up in those tests. Chelsea said, my headaches kept getting worse and I didn't know what was wrong. Rosie had me get a different brain scan at a hospital in Connecticut in January. That's when they found a lesion on my brain, which they are now trying to fix. I take medication that they think might fix it, but the doctors aren't sure. Allegro alleged I wanted Chelsea to get the best medical care, and Rosie refused to pay for it if we didn't agree to get a divorce. As much as it killed me, we had to lie to her and convince her we would get a divorce so Rosie would continue to pay for Chelsea's medical expenses so we could figure out what is wrong with her. We told her that we are getting a divorce just so she would help with her medical expenses. Rosie vehemently denied the couple's allegations. Chelsea is mentally ill, Rosie told the Daily Mail. She has been in and out of hospitals most of her life. Born addicted to heroin, she has had a tough road. As for her moments, I assume you are paying her, which is why she is selling these tales to you. She is very sick. She is not capable of truth or reason. She has not been in touch with anyone since her husband tried to extort $9,000 from this family. The day after the lesion in her frontal lobe was detected, she then did an Inside Edition interview for money and disappeared, and now has a story for you, Rosie continued. As a mother, my request is that you not pay her and leave her alone. It is comforting to know she is still alive, so thank you for that part. Hey, Rosie, maybe it's time you stop your unhealthy obsession with the president and put your time into something more useful, like maybe patching things up with your daughter, who told the truth about what and who you really are. Your daughter has been through enough having to be raised by an ugly ogre like yourself, who you abused on a daily basis, but instead of proving your innocence, you say she is mentally ill. Knowing she was raised by you, I have no doubt in my mind that's true, but maybe you shouldn't be judging others. As far as anyone can see, President Trump's children all love him, and none have ever said anything against him. Maybe instead of attacking him, he can give you some parenting pointers. Oh, yes, indeed. Totally agree with that. Absolutely. She's a horrific human being. And to make such a statement, you know, she should be sued by Donald Trump for that. You know, because this is a very serious allegation. So she deserves to be sued for that statement that she put out on the president. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.